Cello and good morning, Stacy the Blackfeather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of November 16th. Hoping you guys are all doing well and that you're happy and healthy and healed and whole. Let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, light beings, creature teachers, elementals, loved ones, and spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to just have a peaceful week. How can we find peace throughout our week and create peace throughout our week in spite of anything that's going on? And maybe you're going to be lucky enough to actually have a truly peaceful week and everything is good and golden. But sometimes it's not that way. So how can we create the peace despite everything that's going on around us? We are using the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams, Yasmin Westwood. And for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, you know I love this deck. Let's see what the guidance is for us. Interesting. Death. Don't freak out. The Death card means change. It's talking about transformation. The Death card is also connected to the Phoenix. It's all about that something has to die in order for something new to be reborn. We have to let go of certain things in order to make room for other things to come in that are really going to help us get to where it is that we're trying to go. So in terms of the intention that I set today around the peace, I really feel like it's about recognizing the importance of releasing something that is no longer serving you. And what keeps coming into my mind is we are getting ready to enter into our winter season. So, you know, we've got the fall, September, October, November. We're in in the fall season. Well, then we have December, January, February. Those are typically our winter months. What happens in the fall? Things start to die off. The leaves change. There's a reason and a season for everything. The world needs a bit of a break. The nature, Mother Earth, needs to take a recharge, right? So things come to an end. They have their reason and season. They come to an end. Winter comes in. Everything dies off or goes into a very slow shut-off state. This is a time for us to recharge, to reboot, to really review, all of the review, so that we can prepare for when March, April, and May come up and it's the springtime and everything comes back to life, and it comes back to life anew. When we think about flowers, flowers never come back exactly as they were the year before. Everything is always born anew, just like the phoenix. The phoenix gets old, it spontaneously combusts, it goes into ash, and then out of the ashes rises a new, beautiful baby bird, wings wet, ready to spread its wings and fly into the next chapter. This is what we need to embrace for our peace, recognizing that this is just a natural part of the life cycle. Death doesn't mean necessarily the loss of a human being, although it can, but I'm not feeling like that's what it is. The message really is about what is it that you need to release and let go. What is coming to its natural conclusion? And I'm hearing in terms of relationships in our lives, and that's love relationships as well as relationships with all of our family and friends, our loved ones. Are there situations and dynamics, perhaps are there negative patterns and cycles that need to die in order for a rebirth of that relationship to occur, so that more healthiness can come into the mix, so that you can be born anew and grow together to create something healthy or something even healthier, something even better. This is a time right now that we're in where everything is about change and everything is going to happen quickly. If you're afraid of change, this is the time for you to release that fear. And I know it took me years and years and years to get past that whole idea that I'm afraid of this and I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of the other. The anxiety was crazy. Once you recognize that everything has its natural course and its natural season, and not everything is supposed to remain the same. I am famous for saying the only constant in life is change. That's what this is about. Recognizing that, okay, what is coming to an end? What does need to go in my life? What areas of my relationships am I being shown in my day-to-day life that are showing me that it is coming to an end, or that it needs to break and fizzle out and die in order for something better to be reborn in that space? So, and I know as soon as we talk relationship stuff, everybody freaks out because they think, oh, it's a breakup, or I'm going to have to walk away from somebody, or I'm going to lose somebody. Sometimes that does happen, but keep in mind, what is it that you're losing? Is it even healthy for you anymore? That's the big key. That's what you want to be thinking about. Is this healthy? Is there something that's leaving my life? Why is it leaving my life? Yes, I might be sad about it. Yes, I might feel like I'm not ready for it. But the universe always knows better than we do. And oftentimes, well, most times, it's when we've asked for something, we're creating a vision in our minds, the universe says, oh, okay, well, in order to make that happen, we've got to cut out this behavior and this dynamic over here, and we've got to add somebody else into the mix. But if you're hanging on or you're attached to this individual, this stuff around here isn't going to come through. So the universe goes, oh, okay, so we need to separate these people, or we need to break this particular pattern in order to bring in what it is that is in your ultimate vision. So we are always all in charge of our choices, and we are always all in charge of what is being brought to us in this life. Not always consciously, but subconsciously. It's all about our choices. What are we going to do about that? So don't be afraid of the death that is coming. Recognize that it is a natural, healthy part of living, and that this death, the loss of something is going to make room for the gain of something else that's going to be even better and more in alignment with what you are looking for. All right, let's dive into our oracle reading. So we have the, the Energy Oracle deck, and this is Sandra Ann Taylor. This card is just flying out all over the place. Oh, I love it. Journey. And I'm really feeling like it makes a lot of sense. Recognize that, again, this the death card doesn't, yes, it represents endings, but it also represents beginnings. You can't have a new beginning without an ending of some kind, and you want to see it as a journey, as an adventure, as something exciting to look forward to. The first thing I was drawn to on the card before I even saw the picture was the number 2. And again, number 2 is all about that partnerships, union, relationships. So it's tying in with the message that I'm getting about, you know, connecting with your loved ones. It is about relationships this week, and you want to be paying attention to any issues in relationships, patterns and cycles in relationships that are unhealthy. It's a new journey to bring in fresh hope. So let's talk about the card. The card has this beautiful bridge. She's standing on the bridge. She's surrounded in all this golden light, abundance. So I feel like on this journey, you're going to be collecting good new things. You're going to be collecting things of abundance, things of value, things that are going to bring you that luxurious feeling, that feeling of I'm not alone, I am surrounded by source, that I have all of my needs met. And you're also recognizing that you're on the journey, you're carrying the bags. So what bags, how much of that do I really need? Do I want to bring an empty bag so that I can collect the things that the universe has for me? Am I going to pack some stuff in the bag because I'm afraid I'm not going to have my needs met? Also, her dress, her gown is full of different colors, purples and blues and a little bit of white and a hint of green in there. And she's carrying a lantern. So I'm feeling like the guidance here is to recognize that, okay, this is random. You can take death by the balls and you can say, all right, so the change is happening. What am I going to do to make it work for me? I'm going to embrace the journey. I'm going to take only what it is that I need, and I'm going to shine my light. I am going to be the light that leads the path and lights the way. And she's looking back as well. She's she's already on the journey and she's looking back, inviting people to come in. Again, you're going to be adding to your life. You're going to be adding things coming into your life. that abundance that is being presented to you by the divine. So everything that comes your way is being presented by the divine. Don't shush it away without really reviewing it first and seeing if it's something that you want to put in your suitcase while you're going on your little journey from destination A to destination B. Loving this. This card, I just feel so much hope. I feel so much life. I feel so much positive energy when I look into this card. So I want to say to you, even though we've got the death card, which of course is that transformation, we are changing. We've got to let something go in order to be able to become the person, become the vision that we are seeking, that we have created in our minds. And I'm feeling that the message is we're going to get there. Now, recognize this week, this is kind of a preparatory week. It's saying, all right, some things are really going to shift in order for you to step on this path. So this card is preparatory. This card is that, hey, this is what you're working towards. This is the journey. We have to let go of this in order for you to be able to free you up to step on this path and to take this journey. It's time for the vacation. So they're going to bring some endings in order for you to step in. And I'm really feeling just delicious, delicious hope, delicious joy, delicious excitement, and wonderful positive experiences when I'm looking at this card. So go with it knowing that, yes, it is about recreating relationship in a way that is healthier for you and for that other person. It is growth, but it's growth in a hopeful way. It's growth in a joyful way. Loving that message. All right, oh, this one's standing out to me probably because, oh, it got a little squished. So what do we have? Just breathe. This makes a lot of sense when we're going through a transformation. And sometimes the transformation can be tricky. It can be a difficult, it's a sticky wicket. It's a difficult situation. And there are times when you go, I throw my hands up because I don't know what else to do. I have to surrender to what is. Just breathe. Connect with the breath. I feel like we got a message like this last week too about breath. So that says to me that the universe is really, the energy that's being put out there is really about stopping and smelling the roses, connecting with the body, connecting with the breath, getting back into your centered present moment, getting back into the now. Our breath is the beginning and ending of all. Without breath, we have no life. So it's about going back to the basics. Yes, this can be tricky. It can be uncomfortable when we go through it. It doesn't always have to be. Focus on the journey ahead. Focus on where you're going and the joy and the hope that that is bringing. And you can do that by connecting with your breath. Just breathe. That's going to bring you into this present moment. And in this moment, as Eckhart Tolle says, in this moment, now is all we have and everything is perfect. There are no problems in this moment right now. We might think, oh, I've got a problem up here, I had a problem in the past. In this moment, everything is okay. In this moment, I've got my needs met. In this moment, I'm going to receive the guidance that I need to take the next steps forward. I need to be calm enough to receive it. And that's what it's all about. Wow. Awesome messages this month. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. I also have my website, The Black Feather Intuitive, where you can book any kind of session that you want. I've got 30 and 60-minute readings for more in-depth guidance that you're looking for. I also have my very famous, super popular service called Guidance on the Go. If you just have one question and you kind of need maybe a second opinion, or you just kind of want to know, you know what, this just came up and I'm not really sure which direction to take, option A or option B, this is a great service for you. For 35 bucks, you send me an email, you ask a single question, you can give me as much information or as little information as you'd like in there, and within 24 hours, I send you an email reply. And I like to try and do it same day. It really just depends on kind of where it fits in with the schedule, but I really do try to do it same day. So it's a great way to just kind of have, it's like psychic on call. So check that out, especially if you just have one question, you don't have enough time to set up a full appointment. This is a great service and people just love it. Also, I have an Instagram account, The Black Feather Intuitive, and my Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive. Yeah, you guessed right. Would love to see you, excuse me, would love to see you and would love to connect with you in any way that you would like to connect. Hope you have the most amazing week, guys. Take care.